These videos are part of the William and Flora Hewlett Foundation's effort to share the results of the evaluation that the Aspen Planning and Evaluation Program is conducting of the Foundation's strategy to strengthen local advocacy in sub-Saharan Africa for access to reproductive health and family planning. The strategy seeks to apply 5 principles to the grant-making approach. These are intended to shift power and resources towards civil society organizations who do the advocacy work on the ground. The Foundation hopes to see all 5 principles reflected in the work of the grantees and their CSO partners, and the Foundation will hold itself to the same 5 principles. These videos discuss each principle, what the evaluation is finding, and the experiences and perspectives of 2 members of the evaluation team who have decades of experience in civil society organizations across the continent. Technical assistance for civil society organizations should be tailored to their needs and should be sustained over time.
As evaluators, we wanted to know whether the capacity development support that the CSOs received was really tailored. Was it sustained? Was it appropriate to the needs that they articulated? In general, that process of setting the capacity building priorities was a collaborative one, according to the CSOs. We found that in general, they were satisfied with the capacity development support that they received. What was most striking to us was how many kinds of support and how many sources of support the CSOs relied on to get what they needed. No organization, no grantee could provide everything that the CSO needed to do its work effectively.
There is one particular grantee that really makes sure that the CSO is involved in planning the capacity building package. This grantee gives the CSO not only the opportunity, but also the authority to decide how the capacity building will be done and what areas they are going to focus on in building capacity. So this is what normally happens. The grantee comes to visit the CSO and they go out to the field to implement activities jointly. While they're implementing, they also identify the gaps in capacity, both for the grantee as well as the CSO. When that is done, they reconvene to the office and draw out a very elaborate plan. And this plan will be implemented by the grantee and the CSO to build both capacities every quarter. So every quarter, the grantee comes in country and makes sure they work on building the grantee's capacity while also building capacity of the CSO. I think this is an opportunity whereby the CSO feels very empowered to be part of the capacity building process that takes place in a very routine and structured manner.
Yeah. This is a wonderful example, and it doesn't always happen really that way. When it comes to capacity buildings, to me many questions come up. First of all, the assumption of who has capacity, where does capacity lie? That automatically being, a local organization or a CSO from Africa put you in a position to be the one whose capacity needs to be built. When we know that many times individuals from very big organizations, including funders and who we're calling grantees in this instance, do not always have all the capacity that they need themselves. They grow their capacity by being in touch with those local organizations and those CSOs. Also, we have to think of even in terms of time. I mean, it's been how many years of capacity building of all kinds of organizations across this continent? Can we ask the question, has capacity been built? So by now, all these organizations maybe should need no more capacity building. How come we are still today talking about capacity building in that sense? Sometimes my understanding is that because we are so interested and so focused on quick wins, results that we can show that we've done work, that many times we don't take really the time to let local organizations or some of these CSOs to build their own capacity. We will do the work for them, spoon feed them, write the report or put together the communication strategy and everything for them to make sure that quickly we can get these wins around advocacy and policies. But is that really sustainable? What will happen when that grantee is no more there? And how will, even when we win in terms of policies, how will this be implemented if the local organization, the CSO, was not really the one who has those capacity?